Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Brandon, also known as Super Fanboy Guy, also known as SFG for short, and welcome to episode 7 of the Playground series. The Playground is a series of videos I do on YouTube where I take a Versus system deck and I kind of show you a little bit about the deck and some of the kind of the cool tricks that it does, and we play test it on Octagon. And this is actually going to be a video where I have a deck profile. I think I've done a couple of deck profiles, but I've also introduced them on the Playground series, or I've done other videos on my YouTube channel that kind of show some of the decks that I featured, either, deck profiles or just other videos that I decided to make over the years and I playtest them. So this is going to be episode 7, and we're going to play the Sinister Syndicate deck. The Sinister Syndicate deck, somebody actually made a comment a while back that they wanted me to playtest this deck on Octagon to show kind of what to do with the deck. So I decided to feature it in this episode. So for some of you that don't know, I actually have a deck profile of this deck on my channel, and I'll put a link in the description below if you want the full detail about it. But since I already have a deck profile, I'm not going to talk too much about the cards, but I will also say that this is kind of an aggressive deck, so if you're that kind of player that just likes to play smashy, pound my opponent's face in, and this is a pretty fast deck. This is probably on par with decks similar like the Brotherhood deck or the Shield deck, but we're just going to kind of jump into some of the cards here really quick. So the first card I want to kind of talk about, and again, this is just going to be kind of fast, but we have a bunch of 1-drops in the deck. So you can see we have the Screen Goblin, Tinkerer, Speed Demon, Mendel Stromm, Razorfist, Fusion, Slyde, Basilisk. But the two I want to focus on more is this Vulture and this Lizard. So Vulture, as an additional cost for recruiter, reveal another Sinister Syndicate character card from your hand. When he causes breakthrough, you gain that much endurance. And then the Lizard, pretty much at the start of the combat phase, reveal the top card of your deck. If you control another Sinister Syndicate character, lose endurance equal to that character's cost, then put it into your hand. So what's really cool, it's just another card to get hand advantage, and essentially what we want to do is we want to try to kill our opponent as fast as possible. So we have characters like Electro, that is a 5 attack on turn 2. We have Basilisk, which is, he's a 4 attack, but he comes into play tapped or exhausted. And he has flight and range, which is also nice. And to go with some of our beatdown strategy, we have this equipment card, Kick. Gets +4 attack, and then whenever equipped character becomes stunned, you KO it. Another one we have is Alien Symbiote. You get +3 attack. And the character gains the Sinister Syndicate team affiliation. And at the beginning of our combat phase, we lose 1 endurance. Or excuse me, at the beginning of the combat phase, lose 1 endurance for each resource you control. But that's okay, because we have certain cards like Spider Hunt where we can KO a resource that have our Sinister Syndicate characters get +2 attack for the turn. In addition, with that KOing resource effect, we also have the Carnage Psychopath. And pretty much you can boost him to KO a resource. Then when he comes to play, characters get +2 attack this turn at the start of the combat phase. So similar to Spider Hunt, where we get a boost, and he's also one of those characters where we lose endurance for each resource we control at the start of the combat phase. But we have kind of other synergies. One of the cool plot twists that Sinister Syndicate really has is Legacy of Evil. Play only if you control more Sinister Syndicate characters than resources. You draw 2 cards, so another way to gain hand advantage. And we have, of course, Flying Kick, which is a staple in any beatdown deck, in my opinion, because since a lot of our characters don't have flight, the ability to give them flight to hit support row characters is really nice. And then we have also Trial by Fire, which we can potentially get +4 attack with this card. So we also have some cool locations, but if you guys want more details about the deck, make sure to check out that deck profile video. And one other thing before I playtest the deck that I really want to mention is this deck made me, since I'm a big Spider-Man fan, this deck introduced me to a lot of like the C and D grade characters of Spider-Man. So for an example, I did not know who Razorfist was before, playing this game and making this deck. And another character I didn't know who Slyde was as well. So it's kind of cool to play a Spider-Man theme deck without having Spider-Man, because I've always been a fan of his Rogues Gallery. I always thought he had the best villains ever. And now in this video, I'm going to play test the deck, and hopefully we'll show a couple of good stuff. And then the other thing is, I don't remember where this deck list came from. I think I got it from a friend a while back, and this deck may have been on the Tappa Talk website. I don't know. So if anybody knows where this deck originally came from, make sure to leave it in the comment section. But that's about it for now. So let's go ahead and shuffle the deck and then kind of test it out. Okay, we got the deck loaded here, and let's give it a couple of shuffles. And let's draw our 4 cards. Okay, this is a pretty decent hand. We got a 1-drop, we have a 2-drop, we have Kick, we have Legacy of Evil. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this hand. So let's go ahead and draw some cards for the turn. And let's go ahead and flip a coin. And we'll say tails is usually what I pick to go. Okay, so we got heads. So we're going to take the even initiative. So our opponent decides to play a resource row, and let's say they don't play a character, because that would be the best case scenario for us. So let's go ahead and put the Spider Hunt, and then we have our 1-drop. This is really interesting because we could decide to put the Kick on him now, because if we put the Kick on him and they don't have any characters, that is 6 damage that we're going to be hitting for. And then, yeah, I mean, is it worth it? Yeah, I'm gonna actually do that, and I'm gonna equip it to him, and then we'll move them right there. So on turn 1, we hit them for 6 damage if they don't have any characters. Now, obviously, if they recruited a character, I don't think it would be worth putting Kick on him on Mendel Stromm right now. But anyway, let's just say they don't have any characters. We hit for our damage, and let's go to the next turn. So let's draw 1 and 2. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Okay, turn 2 is us, so let's go ahead and put this in the resource row. And then the question is, do we want to play 2 1-drops, or do we want to just get out this Vermin? I'm going to run out the 2 2-drops because I want to start drawing cards with Wizard. And I also want to start drawing cards with this because we have 3 characters, 2 resource. So let's go ahead and draw our 2. Ooh, that's not a bad one to pick up. Okay, so at the start of our combat phase, Lizard's effect triggers. We're going to reveal this card, and it is a 1. So we lose 1 endurance, and this goes into our hand. Now, if they have a 2-drop... Oh, I forgot. We also lose a resource for each... we lose an endurance for each resource, so that's going to be 2 more damage that we lose. So if they played a 2-drop, the obvious choice would be to have Razorfist attack their 2-drop. So let's just say we get stunned, and they get stunned. We could have Lizard attack for 1, and then we could have Mendel Stromm attack for 6 damage, which isn't too shabby. So we do that attack, and let's go to recovery. So we recover Razorfist and ready all of our other cards. And so let's go ahead and draw 2 for the 3rd initiative. Okay, now let's say they take their turn 3, they play their cards, they were going to most likely have a 2 and a 3-drop here. So we might have to say goodbye to Mr. Mendel Stromm here. But, okay, so we got to figure out what we want to do. Okay, I think I'm going to play the Vault face down. Now, if we were attacking this turn, there is some argument to put hidden cash in the resource row, but since don't have the initiative this turn, we're going to go ahead and just activate this. Okay, so we reveal the top 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we got 1 Sinister Syndicate card, but we had to lose 3 endurance for that. And let's go ahead and move this to the bottom of the deck, and then we'll do the same with this flying kick here. Move to the bottom of deck, and then we have 3 resources to work with this turn. So I think we're gonna play Vermin and Tombstone because I just think that's the better play to do this late in the game. And I think what I would probably let's go ahead and send Mendel Stromm in the resource or I'm sorry, the support row, and then maybe protect the lizard somehow, maybe something like this, and then maybe do some reinforcement kind of things like that. So I guess that's how I would set it. And also Vermin's kind of cool because when he gets stunned, oh, actually, when he gets I thought it's when he gets stunned, but when he gets recruited, we're gonna go ahead and search for another copy of him. So my mistake. So let's just do that right now, and then go ahead and close and shuffle. So when he becomes stunned, we can KO him, and if we do, we could put another Vermin card from our hand into play exhausted. So I guess I would do something like that, perhaps. And then at the start of the combat phase, let's go ahead and just do Lizard first. So we'll reveal the top card of our deck. We lose 1. And then also we lose 3 because of Razorfist. So most likely what would happen, the worst case scenario, they would probably try to attack Tombstone, which we would get stunned, and then probably go after Lizard, I would assume. And then we can maybe reinforce and take 1 damage there. And then also you could have reinforced with Tombstone depending on what your opponent did. But if we already have 2 stunned characters and we did not stun any of their characters, it's not really worth attacking. But let's say for some reason this attack stunned both of their characters, then we can attack with Razorfist. I guess that would be a scenario that could happen during the game. But anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and go to recovery. No effects during recovery. Okay, so next let's go ahead and draw 2 new cards. 1, 2. Okay, so now at the start of the recruit step, we're going to discard one of these Basilisk. I can never say that properly. Okay, anyway, so I would put hidden cash. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and activate this and just lose less endurance. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we got a swarm. So we're going to lose 1, 2, 3. And this goes at the bottom of the deck. And then move this one to the bottom of the deck. And then let's go ahead and play our hidden cache as our resource row. Now, one thing I will say about Sinister Syndicate, they don't have a lot of good search cards. Actually, I don't think they have any like staple search cards. Nothing that I can think of at the moment. But for a beatdown deck, you just want to try to hit them as hard as you can anyway. So I don't know if it matters or not. But okay, so let's go ahead and play. What can we do? Yeah, I'll go ahead and play Swarm, so he gets a +1 attack for each resource you control, and then we'll go ahead and play Answer also. And I think this might be the turn where we want to play Spider Hunt. So it's kind of a, possibility. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and, since we're attacking this turn, let's put everybody into the front row because I think we're going to be doing some attack skis here. Okay, so we got a couple of combat phase triggers. Or at least, yeah, so we got Razorfist in this, and the Lizard. So let's go ahead and just lose 4 for Razorfist. And we'll go ahead and reveal for Lizard. And that is 2, which is unfortunate. Okay, so since we are attacking first, we could do something where maybe if, let's say they have a a 5-cost character, or sorry, a 4-cost character that's like a 7/7 or a 9. I think a 9/9 is usually the average for 4 drops. Or no, it's 7/7. Yeah, 7/7, and then 5 is 9/9. So if we want to do our safe attacks first, so Swarm, one nice thing is he does have flight and range. So he can fly over and attack our opponent's character. So he gets +1 attack for each resource we control. So if we do this, we can attack for, let's see, that's 5. We can flip over Spider Hunt, KO a resource. Yeah, that reduces his attack by 1, but it also gives us +2 attack for everybody here. So let's say we do an attack like that. And if they have some kind of combat trick, we could activate Flying Kick in our hand, or we could flip up Hidden Cash instead. Which we'll go ahead and flip up Hidden Cash and lose the 3. And then most likely we would probably get stunned back. Now, instead of doing this attack too, you could also attack with Vermin first if you wanted to. That way if Vermin gets stunned, we can KO him and put this one into our hand. But I think either attack is fine, but I'll just go ahead and take this. So let's say we stun their 4-drop character, and let's say they have a 3 and a 2-cost character. Okay, we would obviously maybe have Razorfist attack the 2-cost character, or have Tombstone attack the 3-cost character. So there's a bunch of different scenarios that we can do. But let's say the safe attack is to have Tombstone go into whatever character is in their front row, so maybe we don't get stunned. And then we could have Answer attack their 2-drop, use his ability, lose, let's say they have 3 defense, we lose 3. And then if you add the attack from this ability plus the attack from Spider Hunt, that's pretty big, so that could be like 6 or 7 damage. And maybe he gets stunned back also. So we've attacked with 3 characters, which means they have no other characters, so we can just kind of beat face for, he gets the +4, +2, that's 6, +2 from this, so he has 8 attack, and then 5, and then 3 here, and then another 5 here. So that is just some kind of stuff you could do with the Sinister Syndicate deck. Now, there's also another scenario that I wanted to show you guys that we didn't really get into, but I'm just gonna pull it out here for an example. Like if we were to hit our turn, like on turn 1, let's say we have Vulture in our hand, we could play this with the kick on him, so that way when he causes breakthrough, we gain that much endurance. So that +4 is 6. So if we cause like direct damage for 6, we can gain 6 endurance. So that's what I really like using the kick for mostly. But you know, you can also put it on different characters. You know, depending, like what we did with Mendel Stromm, we were able to get some early damage in. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm gonna show for this video. So this is the let me go ahead and just reset the game here and show everybody the deck one more time. So yeah, just kind of do something like that. So yeah, that is the Sinister Syndicate deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new about the deck. And maybe you have your own build of Sinister Syndicate deck that you just needed me to play test with and see what you can do. Now, there's also an older Golden Age build. Like the very first competitive Sinister Syndicate deck that ran, like, it was like a Crime Lords Sinister Syndicate deck. That deck I might feature on the channel sometime, but or I might find the deck list and post it in the comments. I don't know yet. But yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more of these playground videos. And yeah, just like, comment, and subscribe, and that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.